Hello everyone and welcome to the Kookley Bushcraft channel. Okay, so I apologise if the audio's not exactly up to scratch. I forgot my microphone. I've also got Uni in the background eating a reindeer hoof, and there is a little bit of wind. Right, so I was going to take a look at a couple of knives today. So, one that's sold as a reindeer knife and a reindeer knife. So this is the kind of puukko, half sheath knife that the reindeer herders have been carrying here for God knows how long. And I don't mean to be negative about this knife. There's nothing wrong with it. We'll take more of a look at that later. But this is made by one of the local lads in the village. So he's from a reindeer herding family himself. He's been making knives since he was 14 years old. He's now 22. And yeah, they're not really for sale. As if anyone really wants one, get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do. I mean, it's more of a hobby, but they're really quite nicely made. So yeah, I'm not sure what wood that is. I'm not sure who makes the blades. Like most Finnish manufacturers, he doesn't make the blades himself. I've been told it's not Lapland metalli. But yeah, he also, when he does sell them, they are quite cheap. This was €110, and for these half sheath knives, they're generally about 200 to 300. They've quite often got a bit of scrimshaw in them. But yeah, so this can be a failing point on these knives. I've had to wet form one of these again for a friend of mine. But basically, there's ridges cut into the antler and it's wet formed around it. And nicely stitched up the back. Typical kind of puukko dangler. And not quite sure what the spacing material is. Yeah, really quite nice and neat and tidy. The wind's picking up again now. And as for the sheath, it does appear to go in both ways round, sorry. And one of the advantages of that hook is if you've got big mittens on here in the winter, you can kind of get your thumb behind it. So to my mind, this is kind of more of a left-handed carry because of that. How would you do it? Okay. Yeah. So my thumb's the wrong way round there. But yeah, I'm carrying it this way round because I'm right-handed. And yeah, it still works. You can still grab hold of that. So retention, spot on. So the antlers sewn in half, hollowed out and then pinned together. You can see the pins there. So really very attractive design of knife. Okay, so the next one, also by a small manufacturer, small even by Finnish standards. This is made by Paaso puukkos. And I've been carrying this to work with me for about 3 weeks. So it's filthy. It's been really put through its paces, and it's done well as you'd expect. Lapland metalli blade, So this is what they call the reindeer knife, and it's very reminiscent of knives that used to be sold in Lapland as souvenirs. Paaso puukko, it's a family business. Yeah, so it's run by Paaso, if I remember rightly. He inherited the business from his father, and they're based in Tornio. Did I say that? So that's just in the south part of Finnish Lapland. We've got reindeer fur on there, so just like the knives they used to sell as souvenirs in this part of the world. So you see quite a lot of these on the second-hand market. They also tend to have a rather over-exaggerated pommel, which you get on a lot of old Sami, Lappish knives. It does work a lot better on on antler than on wood, because, you know, with wood you tend to get a bit of short grain there, but they've actually glued an extra piece of wood on the back there, so I guess that'd help. We've got like 3 lines that are etched in there, so this is one of the cheapest puukkos that you can find anywhere. Well, yeah, so it's definitely lower end of the market, but when it comes to fit and finish, and you know, it's really quite good value for money. And if you look on their website, I'll put a link to that in the description. Yeah, you can see some of the other knives they've got. So the sheath, it's kind of like the Martini Lynx. It's sandwiched. There's no sheath liner in there. And it's sandwiched, 2 pieces sandwiched together, riveted. And yeah, the only thing really to protect the stitching in any way is the rivets. It is a system that seems to work. Sheath retention excellent. Very basic belt loop. It's absolutely filthy. It's been working on a husky farm. So yeah, curly birch, ferrule up there. It's absolutely screaming sharp at the moment. So Larry Metalli blades, they're absolutely awesome. There's a little bit of edge damage where I caught it against a screw, but it's still shaving sharp. It has been sharpened a couple of times. Right, so as for this guy, as if I find out any more information as to where you can actually buy these from, or any more information whatsoever, have a look in the comments, in the description. Yeah, so I think this guy is quite talented, and I think he should be actually selling these things. I don't actually know him. I know his mum a little bit. She first told me about his son's knives lots of years ago. He was 17 then, and yeah, I think he should be making a living doing this. I think these are really fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and please feel free to drop us a comment and give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you all again soon for another Kuukkeli Bushcraft video. Thanks for watching. Ullaken Kullaken. I quite like this stuff. Lapland red ale.